Have you ever had that feeling deep down, that persistent sense that you're meant for something more? That this world, the one we're told is real, isn't the whole story? We chase validation through status, we try to find purpose in being productive, and we seek connection through screens. And it feels like we are living in a time of remembering. The pattern is the truth of our unity, the sacred geometry of our interconnectedness, and the rhythm of a cosmos that is alive, aware, and in which you have a vital part to play. It's a sign that you are whole, and a part of you remembers what that wholeness feels like. The ancient pattern was buried inside you, but it was never gone. It's been waiting patiently for you to turn your attention inward. It is in your breath, in your blood, and in the light of your own awareness. You are the keeper of a sacred ancient fire. You are a living library of cosmic knowledge. The world doesn't need you to be smaller, quieter, or to fit in. It needs you to remember the magnificent truth of who you are. The greatest secret isn't locked away in some vault. It's the divine reality waiting to be rediscovered within your own heart. Remember. So how do you actually access this pattern? How do you start to remember? The key isn't to search for it outside yourself. You won't find it in a book or a workshop, though those things can be wonderful pointers. The real key is to start unlearning the stories and limitations you've been taught. The path of remembrance is a journey inward. It starts with stillness. You have to be willing to turn down the noise of the world, even for just a few moments each day, and simply listen. Listen past the anxious thoughts, the to-do lists, the chorus of opinions you've picked up from others. In the silence beneath all that noise, there's a quiet feeling awareness that exists before thought. That's where you make contact. You're not trying to fix yourself or achieve anything. You're just creating a space for the truth to land. The next step is to just observe. Watch your own mind without judging it. Notice the beliefs you hold about yourself and the world. Ask, is this thought really mine? Or is it something I picked up from my family, my culture, or my education? This is how you begin to unravel the programming. So many of the thoughts you think define you aren't really yours. By observing them with a bit of distance, their power over you starts to fade. You are not your thoughts. You are the quiet, spacious awareness that they appear in. As you practice this inner listening, you'll start to strengthen your intuition. Your intuition is your soul's compass. It's the direct guidance system of the ancient pattern within you. It doesn't shout. It speaks in quiet nudges and feelings of yes and a sense of flow and sudden insights that feel more like remembering than thinking. To the conditioned mind, following your intuition can feel illogical, even risky. But learning to trust it is the ultimate act of rebellion against the system of forgetting. Every time you choose your inner knowing over the fear-based logic of the outside world, you reconnect to the pattern. This isn't about sitting back and doing nothing. It's an active recalibration of your whole being. It's choosing what resonates over what feels dissonant. It's choosing your authentic self over the person you're told you should be. It's choosing the quiet truth of your heart over the loud lies of a world built on separation. Every moment you are truly present, every choice you make from that aligned inner place is an act that reweaves the sacred geometry of your soul and plugs you back into the living matrix of the cosmos. This pattern lives in the quiet spaces of your awareness, in the universal rhythms you can see in the cosmos and feel in your own heartbeat. So many ancient wisdom traditions spoke about this in their own way. Many, from certain schools of Taoism to strands of Hinduism, saw the universe not as a cold, dead machine, but as a single, living intelligence expressing itself through a universal language of shape, frequency, and light. When you see the mandalas of Tibetan Buddhism, the intricate knotwork of the celts, the geometry of the pyramids, or the simple spiral of a nautilus shell, you're seeing the fingerprints of a coherent design. It's as if these cultures were leaving us maps, symbolic reminders of the underlying unity of all things, a unity you are deeply a part of. The Greek philosopher Plato had a beautiful term for this kind of remembering, anamnesis. He proposed the idea that true learning isn't about cramming in new information, but about the soul remembering the eternal truths it knew before it came into a physical body. So when you have that aha moment, when a deep truth just lands in your heart and feels so right, that feeling is anamnesis. It's your soul recognizing a piece of its forgotten home. Interestingly, even some speculative ideas in modern science offer a powerful metaphor for this. The holographic principle in theoretical physics, for example, is a concept suggesting the entire universe might be like a projection, where all the information for the whole is contained in every single part. Think of it this way: you are not a drop in the ocean, you are the entire ocean in a drop. This idea mirrors the core teaching of non-dual philosophies like Advaita Vedanta and Zen Buddhism, that the separation between you and the universe is the great illusion. So, what is the pattern? It's this: you are not a separate fragment just living in the universe. You are the universe experiencing itself through your unique point of view. We're encouraged to build our lives on what we have, to measure our worth by our achievements, and to trust outside voices over that quiet, persistent whisper in our own soul. This outward focus wasn't necessarily created by some grand conspiracy, but it is the framework of a great forgetting. A culture has evolved that can make us feel separate, small, and sometimes powerless. By suggesting that we're just biological machines in a random universe, this way of thinking can disconnect us from the profound, invisible web of life that connects all things. It can turn you into a consumer, a worker, or a spectator in your own life, a cog in a machine that runs on us, forgetting our deeper nature. One of the main tools of this forgetting is noise. The constant noise of media, the chatter of social expectations, the unending pressure to do more, be more, and have more. This noise doesn't have to be intentionally designed for suppression to have that effect. It can keep you so busy looking outside of yourself that you never find a quiet moment to look within. It creates a deep and painful illusion, the idea that you're separate from life, from power, and from your own source. This is the core wound of the modern world. A feeling of disconnection that leaves us aching for a home we can't quite remember, but can't ever stop looking for. We're told this ache is a problem to be fixed with a product or a new distraction. But what if that ache isn't a flaw? What if it's a homing beacon? What if it's that buried pattern calling you home? That's not just your imagination, you could almost call it a memory. A memory of a powerful pattern deep inside you. A feeling that's been quiet for a long time. It's like an echo, a signal from your very core, trying to remind you of a profound truth about who you really are. A truth that our modern world often encourages us to forget. For generations, we've been taught to look outside of ourselves for answers. Here's the beautiful thing: this ancient pattern, this blueprint of unity, can't be destroyed. It can only be forgotten. While the prevailing scientific view is that consciousness is produced by the brain, many of these profound spiritual traditions propose something else entirely, that consciousness is the fundamental reality from which everything else emerges. That feeling that something is missing isn't a sign that you're broken. It is a sign you are complete,